Hello, everyone. Andreas Christensen, sending you from our headquarters here in Norway. And I'm sorry about this link issue. There has been something broken along a copy-paste process. But now I see a lot of people are coming online here. And we also have just resent the email to the community. So hopefully more people will come shortly. Let me see, there are some hands raised there. Let us see what questions have been sent. It says there is no sound. That's not correct. Everything is now running perfectly from our side, as far as I can see. So if anyone can send me a message on WhatsApp, if it's not working, we see that it's working from our side. So let's get started. What is important today, we are going to speak about the creator program we have. We have developed it over a couple of years. And we are now at the time where we really have a great time in front of us. 1 second, I see there are some, it's working now. That's good. Okay. So let's pump up the volume and get moving. So what is important about the creator program? It's something that's been a work in progress for more than 2 years, and we have iterated and tuned it, and it's really become a full-blown system for creators. And we are in the forefront, I believe, in the world for what we are doing. And today we're going to have a complete review of the compensation bonus plan, and we're going to go into great detail. So what we are going to release today is a creator playbook that outlines all the details of our compensation plan. There are also some new stuff in there. And we're going to release this after the meeting, including the recording. So you don't need to ask for that. We will have a Q&A at the end of the meeting to answer questions related to the bonus plan. We are starting again tomorrow with more presentations about the creator program. That will be more of those the graphics, the game, the whole pitch, the whole thing will continue tomorrow. And we have a plan this week. We're going to just confirm a few people, and then we're going to run the whole week. We are really running loads of Zoom, lots of meeting, lot of private meeting going forward now. So I suggest we get started, and I'm going to switch off my sharing so you don't need to see me. We're going to return to the presentation, and we're going to get started. So what we have created for you now is a detailed creator playbook. And that's going to be the Bible, to put it that way, for what we are doing. It's a collection of how we calculate the bonus. It contains also the detailed bonuses. It contains the revenue, the loot boxes, and guidelines. So it's a complete document, and it's also work in progress. This will be published in a PDF format, but it will also be published on a new website we are creating. We are creating a whole new knowledge base where all this will be taken into account, together with a whole new white paper, and also lots of details on the game and how we proceed with our business. So let's get started. So let's start with this skyrocketing opportunity we have in front of us, because we really have a great opportunity in front of us. The game we have created over these last years is amazing. It really appeals to an audience into billions of people all over the world, not to say all the sports and entertainment fans. And in particular, we point out the football, because we have a great deal, like we talked about many times now. We are entering the market on the 15th of November with one of the biggest media companies within the sports arena. And that's really cool. We are in the midst of doing those go-to-market campaigns with our creative team. So we have a lot of heat going on in the office and in our, how should I say, in our minds these days. There's a lot of things happening, and only one word: it's an amazing opportunity, and I'm so happy that after these years we are able to do this together. We are really approaching a whole new era of this company. So what is important is to understand the relationship between a creator and the players. We're going to have millions of players coming into the system. They are not creators in the sense that they will probably only spend money, most of them. At least we expect that 90, maybe 99% will only spend money and enjoy the game and play. So the creators, that's the people like yourself that bring players into the system. It's also the superstars we bring in as we move on. It's also the partners we bring in terms of media partners, in terms of other licensing partners. They're all part of what we call a creator and stakeholder economy. So creators, they create value by bringing in players, and players, of course, create value by being players, using the game, being subject to advertising, and of course spending money on the game. So that's the ecosystem, and that's where you fits into the whole equation. So the creator community is created or is formed to caretake that part of the platform. The creator community is not an affiliate network. It's not a referral network. It's a much wider, it has a much wider, how should I say, essence, much wider purpose, because we are catering this creator economy with people coming from all over the world, can work from home, can be participant in this. We have a large team already doing content, and we envision that this content can also be produced by external people. So there's a lot of it. And I want to reflect on one thing that came across in the organization the other day, and that's how we describe this creator community, because all of you know that we have a lot of bonuses, we have a lot of different structure, and it's not so easy to comprehend. It's not easy to get along. So we started talking internally, and one of the really good guy came up with, how is a diamond formed? And that's where we started. How is a diamond formed? A diamond is formed by a perfect structure and pressure of carbon atoms. And that has created the world's most precious stone. And in the same way, our organized and well-structured and optimized structure of creators and teams and players forms a whole new platform for you to work for the next decades to come. This is not just a single year project. This is something that will go on for decades, because we are creating a solid business framework moving forward. We have a solid and sustainable economy, which is really important. We have an amazing product, and we have several other great products that will come into that equation. So it's important to understand this community and its role in the whole ecosystem. So let's see how we make money on the platform. We make money on the platform from selling in-game assets. That's how we're going to do it forward. We have also, of course, entrance fee to enter into premium games. And we are also selling these in collections called Creator Loot Boxes. That's what we do nowadays. We sell them in Creator Loot Boxes as a pre-sale. And that will be for a limited period of time. Then we will be in the App Store with the Creator Loot Boxes all the way up to $1,000. And we will have the Platinum and Diamond, which are too big for the App Store limitation. We will have them outside. So we will have a dual economy, we will have an App Store economy, and we will have a crypto economy, both of them. We will also have a fiat economy coming in with the card payment and bank transfers. So the revenue calculation is very important to understand as we move forward and go into the market and really get our fingers diving into this. We have the gross revenue. That's the easy one. The gross revenue is when somebody buys something for $1 on the platform, that's $1 in gross revenue. That's the easy one. Then you get down to the net revenue. It's not so difficult either, but net revenue is the gross revenue, and you take out the direct cost. In example, the cost to the App Store and the cost to prices in the game. Those are the two factors or two parameters, sort of, that we subtract from the gross revenue, and then we arrive at the net revenue. This is a very common calculation in the gaming industry, and all of our partners are familiar with it, and it's easy to calculate. So how do we do this? This is important to understand, because we look at the direct expenses from a general perspective across the platform. We can't do this on a per transaction basis, because then we will have to wait with commissions. So when somebody buys token or buy a loot box, we want to commission you immediately. So if we wanted to wait until they consume it in the game, it will take too much time. So we do it at the transaction point. That's important for us. We are very, very clear on having real-time transactions. So there are these two principal direct expenses. It's the game prices and it's the fees to the App Store. So the game prices, we contemplate that half of our games will have prices, and they will have about 50% prices. So we are looking at 25% in average that will be set off for game prices from every purchase. Then we have the fees to the App Store, and we expect that approximately 80% of our business will come via App Stores at the 30% fee to the App Store. And that's 24, so we calculate 25% go to the App Store. So we have two different margins here. We have one net revenue where we don't use the App Store, but just have the prices. Then we have 75% in net revenue. The other one, which we use in all our calculation, is where we have both App Store and prices set aside. Then the net revenue is 50% of the gross turnover, of the gross sales. So that's pretty good, actually. So that's amazing. And when you see this in example, here you see you can buy your ticket and enter into a game. And you see here 10,000 players waiting to play. There are $3,500 in prices, $2,000 in the first price on this one, as we talked about in the game before. And you will see here how this will drive money 24/7, every 5 minutes as we move forward. So the net revenue distribution is important also to understand, because this is the foundation for how you creators and how you earn staking and how the stars will make money from this project, but also how the platform will cover its expenses and how the owners will get their piece of the action. So it's important that everyone is being caretaken here. So let's start with the creators. You will earn 20% of the net revenue if there is a star involved or a publisher or whatever. If there are no publisher or stars, you will have 40%. In addition, the staking is waived until the end of the year. So we take the staking, we use token for staking now, apart from the pool. So you're getting actually more than 50% today. The pool is also go to you creators. So basically we are paying 60% today in reality. So the platform and the owners are set off with 40% today. So basically 60% goes to the creators and 40% go to the platform and the owners. And the owners don't get anything at this point in time. It's only the platform, it's the development, it's the operation, and it's the future for what we are doing, which is a tremendous, huge expense, a lot of expenses, but that's okay. We are very, very keen on what we're doing, and we see tremendous opportunities for everyone. And by having these new form of business model, we are innovating the space. This is a stakeholder model we have been talking about all the time. It's well balanced and it's sustainable for everyone. And it it's highly profitable for everyone. It's not skewed in any direction. And this is also why we do these updates to the platform now, because now we are going hot into the market. We really need to have something that can hold water and really be sensible for everyone. And we believe this is really, really cool stuff. So the creator loot boxes, that's how you participate in the creator program. And we're gonna not speak so much about them today, that they are of course in here, but we're going to speak a lot about their role in the ecosystem and how their content is working. So yeah, they contain a lot of different stuff. They contain, like you see here, they have a lot of game assets. We're not going to talk so much about these now today. The game assets will be available to use in the game, and the higher the package you have, the more assets you will have. So you also have the NFT cards, and you have the NFT spaces. And as you see here, for those of you, if you don't see the small footnote, the BSGP stands for bronze, silver, gold, platinum, and D for diamond. So it's an abbreviation. And we have the super tokens, which are into the equation here. And you will see that there is now, for the platinum, is 15% token bonus, and the diamond is 30% token bonus. So that's the two bonus tiers. And you will see the pool token also is there. And we have a little bit more information about this also today, about the schedule going forward. So that's what's inside the boxes from, or the loot boxes from that point of view. And when you look at the bonuses, we're going to reflect a little bit here. You see that the direct bonus is available for everyone. It's also available for the players in order to comply with all regulations across the world. We cannot have that you need to enter into the entry loot box like we actually announced before. We got some feedback from it, and we retracted that one. The binary, that's the entry package will only earn binary from the entry package, while when you upgrade or you get to the bronze level, you will have normal 10% binary from all packages. So that will incentivize you to actually upsell and sell higher packages. When you get to the double binary, the 20% binary, that there is a new limitation here. It only applies to the package tier you have yourself or lower. That means entry can earn double up to entry package, and including, of course, bronze the same, silver, gold, platinum, and diamond all the same. So you need a diamond pack to earn double binary bonus on the diamond. Then we get to the cards. We have not changed that. You have 5% on each of the three tiers. The usage, which is bronze, silver, and gold. We also added platinum and diamond to this because they will also earn. So when it comes to the token, it remains the same. You need to have a bronze package, and you need to be logged in the past 30 days to receive token staking. That's important to understand. Why we do that? We want a certain activity level. And what I can say is that, like I have announced before, we are working with an Auris protocol that will come online in the beginning of next year, in Q1. Then we will probably have even more frequent login, because we are creating a security mesh with all the apps connected, or all the mobiles using Super One will be part of a security mesh for calculating transactions. And this is a really cool new staking model. I'm not going to speak so much about it today. So the pool token, starting at the gold, you're earning from a 7.5% pool. We increased the pool from 6.25 to 7.5%. And we also added another 10,000 initial tokens. So the final number now is 600,000. It's exactly the same equivalent, so we haven't degraded anything. We just added 10,000 more pool tokens to have a little bit more leeway for you throughout October as we are closing in on our game launch. Been a little request from the market to do that. So when you look on the token allocations, the super tokens, we are not covering the tokenomics in detail in this document at the moment. We will add that to it, but we have that in a separate thing. So the way the token is now is being calculated in the loot boxes based on the price of the loot box in full. So the game assets sort of you get for free, and you're paying for the token and the pool tokens basically. So the way we calculate it, so a $100 package will give you 1,000 token today. And then you have the bonuses that we explained. So today the price is 0.10, and it will remain until midnight on October 31st CET. It will be 0.10. From that point forward, it will be 0.20 until we list. And when we, and probably there might be another third bump before we list, but we are working now closely or in well progress about listing on proper exchanges. So this is looking very good, and that's the way we're gonna put that forward. We will talk more about the listing in another webinar. So the pool token, it's important to understand this increase has not affected the pool at all. And that will also be changed from the end of October. So from November 1st, we are putting only half of the pool token into the packages compared to what you have now. So all in all, the tokens will, you will only get half of the tokens compared to today until after the end of October, and only half of the pool tokens. So time is now. We are gearing up, and we will get into the market in November and in middle of November, and there's a whole new ball game for this company, and that's why we done that. There is a limited availability on the pool token. There were approximately 10,000, a little bit less than 10,000 that we added available a few days ago, and they are selling out pretty fast. So that's the token allocation. The bonus types we have on the platform, you are all familiar with. We have the direct bonus where you earn from all your own activity. We have the binary bonus where you earn from your teams. We have the matching bonus where you earn also from your teams, but independent of the binary, which of the binary teams you allocate people. You have the card bonus that you earn from the staking. Same with the spaces coming, and a token bonus, and of course the great pool bonus. All this works in concert, and it's great tools for you to monetize your connections and to really build and earn money from it in order to provide yourself and to really build a great team and a great foundation for the future. The direct bonus, the simplest of all, it's there for everyone on the platform. Any user on the platform can be rewarded with 10% for all purchases that their direct referrals do. So like John refers Sarah here, and she, for argument's sake, spends $1,000, he will earn 100. So that's working. You see a new design that we are now putting into the new app, and it's amazing. There is a lot of things to cover in this wallet part. It's not so familiar for people, so it's been very challenging to cover all the details, but I think it comes great. It will be great. Then we have the binary bonus, and here we have a lot to talk about because we have probably the most advanced and the most sophisticated and probably the best binary out there in the whole ecosystem or in the whole network industry. So what is important to understand is, first of all, let's talk about the binary placement, because what you also have to keep in mind that we are entering into a field and an area where we're bringing in millions or tens of millions of players, and they don't know anything about binary, and they don't need to know. And we are also bringing, many of these people will also become creators. Let's say we have 10 million players or 30 million players, like we have in our estimates, and even if only 5% or 2% became creators, is millions of creators. So we need to have something everyone understand. So we've been working very hard to find a good way of doing this, and we can admit it's difficult because it is complex. So we're gonna run through it now. But we have these two teams. So when you enter in, you place people either in the spillover team or in the all team. We tried different naming on this before, as you're aware of, and we haven't really. We think this is the best naming so far. So there are two themes, and in the app, the spillover team, which is your sponsor team, will always be on the left in the app. Will always be on the left, regardless whether it becomes what's called the power leg or your pay leg. It will always be on the left. So that's a way to keep track on that. Will always be on the left. That's where you get your spillover, while your team, you don't get any spillover. So that's the easy part. Then we're going to talk a little bit about how the binary AI engine, we have an artificial intelligence engine that's it's really advanced. And the thing why we created this is to maximize your payout. So the engine works like this. First, it will place double the direct volume of your own loot box in your spillover team. Once you get to that point, you qualify for the double binary, the 20% binary for your package, for your loot box. Then it will start placing based on an algorithm that predetermines where you will make most money. So, in example, if there is, it will just find the leg or the team that will benefit you most. It will also do partial payouts. So if you don't have enough volume to balance, it will pay you the balancing volume in cash, and it will pay you the rest in token. So that's a special feature we have in our binary. You're getting paid in both teams. In general, in the biggest team or the biggest team, you always get paid in super tokens, priced at the same price as we have in the platform at the moment, like 10 cents at the moment. And in the other team, your team, you're getting paid based on cash in real time. So these slides are more for training. I'm not going to put too much time into them now. So this is a very, very unique feature, and it's really a whole new approach into how a binary is working. Many of you are probably used to binary on a weekly scale, where you could balance. We are balancing the binary for every single transaction. So you can imagine when we get millions and millions of players doing transactions all the day, there is no way you can keep track on that. So it needs to be optimized with lightning fast algorithms. That's what we've done. And it's all done to maximize your profit. So we have the cash binary bonus. And here we have some updates to our model. It's so what I just said is when you have reached the same volume as your own created loot box in your spillover team, you will receive what we call 10% cash binary bonus. When you have achieved double the value, in example, if you have a platinum loot box to $10,000, you need to reach $20,000. Then you are eligible for double binary all the way up to and including the platinum pack. In addition to that, we have the loot box specific limitation. I explained it earlier. The entry can only earn from entry. Bronze, silver, gold, platinum, and diamond, all the loot boxes can earn up to 10% from all sale. loot box. Bronze loot box holder can only earn entry and bronze loot boxes. Silver the same, silver and lower, gold and lower, platinum and lower. So that's extremely important to understand this new limitation on double bonus. So the token binary bonus, it's there, and it's a stimuli we do now, at least in the beginning, and probably we're going to do it till the end of the year. But it's we have that in our tokenomics, reserved a certain allocation for how should I say, greasing the market, incentivizing creators. So that will, after all, it will go down already on November 1st. It will only be half. So it's an extremely good opportunity now in October to grab these extra tokens. So let's talk about the binary bonus. And here comes more about the binary bonus. Here comes another innovation. We talked about it a little bit before. Here we indicate how it's working. This is called binary priority. So here we take the concept we have, that generational concept we have in the matching, and we apply it into the binary. So why do we do this? We do this so the higher the pack you have, the longer reach you will have in the binary. Because as you know, a binary, we have capped the creative bonuses currently at 60%, meaning we can never go more than 60%. And we want to make sure that as many as possible earn from this. And the more skin you have in the game, the more reach you will have, the more rewards and bonuses you will have. So what we have taken the concept of our generational matching and applied it to the binary. So when a transaction takes place, it will calculate the diamond loot boxes in 8 generations above first. Then it will calculate platinum. Then it will calculate gold, silver, bronze entry. And it will then look at the eligibility. This is a very sophisticated algorithm. It took us a long time to develop it for matching. We also developed it here now. We haven't put it live yet, but this is coming very soon. So if you see this example from this graphic here, this is just an imaginary reach. You see you have a platinum, and without the priority, you're reaching maybe how do we say, 3, 7, 8 generations down. However, if you have the priority, we are calculating your reach based on your platinum generations. So you will cover much more. It will be much deeper. At the same time, we are, there will be capping, of course, but we are also doing something on the capping. So a lot more will get binary. So this will be a crazy microtransactional system, and that's the whole concept of Super One. It's not about earning that one or two people or few people should earn a lot of money and then walk away. This is about building a huge ecosystem that's sustainable with tons of microtransactions taking place every day, every hour, every minute. So this is, I'm really happy for this one. There might be small adjustments as we move on. We are doing trials on this now, and we're doing statistical analysis on how this will implement. But this is been, I mean, this is how we implement it, and there might be some adjustment. But this is it, and it's coming very shortly. It's really cool stuff. So let's look on the matching. And the matching is, of course, where you earn from your teams as whether you place them in your spillover team or in your so-called your team, paid team. So we have this generational matching based on your loot box. We had that for a while, so we are very familiar with that. And it's important that you cannot earn matching from purchases or create loot boxes higher than you hold yourself. That's another one. That's very important to understand. And this is what we have adopted also from the early days when we have the coding. So that's the matching. And if we look a little bit on how the matching is working, it also generational, where of course the diamond loot boxes have 8 generation of diamond, and the others have a little bit less. So it's a massive where you're earning from not only the diamond loot boxes, but you're earning also from all the one in between. You have to forgive me for using diamond as an example, but I just need to stick to one loot box throughout the presentation, and we keep it there. There is a lot of people buying the diamond, and I understand why, because it has a lot of value. So this is the matching. It's amazing generational matching that John invented when we started this project, and it's really good, and it's been working very well. And a lot of leaders have made tons of money from this. So this is the same as we had before. And then we enter the token bonus, and here comes a little bit new things. When it comes to the actual staking on the platform, how we calculate, we are adding a whole security mesh into that system together with our partner Nauris. So every transaction will be also checked by tons of many millions of handsets out there will participate. So there's a very distributed security mesh in this. So that's important, but you're getting token bonus for every transaction on the platform. And that remains, of course, at 10%. And it's paid in our super token until the end of 2022. And we will see a little bit how we do that. The token bonus, if you have an example, again, I'm using the platinum as an example. You get 150,000 token now in October, and you're looking at having 11,550 when we have 3 million players at only $1 a day. But that's only the payout you get. So that's 100% return. If we reach these numbers, you have 100% return. Double the numbers, you have 200% return from those tokens in payouts every year. But this is our estimates, and you have to take them for what they are. They are our estimates, and you have to do your own calculation to see if this is good for you. But in addition to this token bonus that we pay out, comes the appreciation, the value increase in any stock exchange or any token exchange we are listing. And these are just using market averages, like a price earning of 50. We will easily get to 5, 10, or even more dollar. So we cannot stipulate this, of course, but the 115,000 tokens will then be valued way north of $500,000. So this is, when we succeed with this, it's a good catch for everyone on the platform that's been with us from the early morning. So the card bonus, the purpose of the card bonus is to incentivize creators and to stay. They are also part of the security mesh, of course, and these cards are connected to the game. So for every pass, swap, and freeze, you will earn a card bonus. That's important to understand. And we have the same tires. We have not changed anything. So the card bonuses remain there. We have issued already 185,000 cards, and we're going to issue more. So there is a lot coming into they are connected into different parts of the game, so they don't dilute each other. So we have a fixed category. There are 100 NFT cards for each subject matter, and then we just keep going. So we have a lot more we can do there. Then we have the spaces. This is a little bit new stuff, maybe. They participate in the same. I mean, spaces are the promotional, the advertising real estate on the platform, and we are still developing that. But that will be also through the security mesh. It will be calculated. We will have a whole new thing in the world where the marketing campaign, where the advertising campaigns will be connected to an NFT and will be completely traceable and in reliable, mutable records on the blockchain. It's something really, really cool. And the advertiser will be able to have proof their videos has been seen or different things. So a lot of very, very cool things coming there. And in order to have the NFTs related to spaces, we have all this diamond, platinum, gold, silver, and bronze, and they will earn 5% bonus from different campaigns. So we have developed these campaigns. They have a little bit different different time span, different coverage. This is done by marketing professionals. So these campaigns will, of course, be the diamond will be the best campaign we have. There will be many different campaigns coming. The brands will be able to interact with the players directly using this. Of course, this is also real-time paid in staking. And when you get to the pool bonus, it's interesting to see. The pool, we covered that already. The first batch been sold out, 400,000 pool tokens when they are fully seeded. So what's important to understand from the pool bonus, if you buy a token today, it will become 10 token over a year. So the 10,000 we have now, the first 10,000 become 100,000, and the second 10,000 become also 100,000. So we have 600,000 tokens altogether. That's the total cap, and 7.5%. So we have not diluted it in any way. We just increased the percent a little bit. And that's because we want the people that come in now at this early stage to have a good foot going forward. So that's the pool bonus. And it's amazing concept also. And you remember I told you 11,500 just in pool, in token bonus coming from the same scenario. If you're looking here, you're looking at more than 16,000 coming also from the pool. So then you are at 27,000 altogether, 28,000 altogether, 28,000. That's pretty good. That's nearly 3 times your money for a platinum pack just in payoff. In addition comes the value. The value, we will also make the pool tokens tradable, of course. They will not have the same how should I say, exposure as the super token, but they will have an intrinsic value because of their payout, but also their utility. I mean, they are utility tokens too, because they partake in the security, in the calculation, on all the transactions on the platform. So that's the pool bonus. And then we're gonna before we take question, we're going to go through a little bit of our community guidelines. We are publishing this now because we see the need for that. And it's really important that everyone that wants to be part of Super One going forward in a fashionable way, in a proper way, that we adhere to these and do this to the best for all of us. We have different instances, or how should I say, incidents over the past, in the past that we are not so satisfied about, and now we try to clean up that a little bit. So we have a team that's reviewing different websites, different links, different things, and it's important that we keep our ducks in a row for this, both from a legal perspective, but also from a legal perspective, but also from a user perspective, in the sense that new people that come to see Super One, that we have a unified voice, and we're using publicly authorized websites and community, etc., etc. I've seen a lot of different variations out there, and of course we understand that has happened. And we understand why we haven't been that good and releasing a lot of stuff. At the same time, people are eager, and we appreciate that. We now try to clean that up. So what I will also say is that there are people posting negative things about Super One. Of course, that's natural in the industry. And those people doing that, they have different motivations. And if we see that, please send them to us. And we have a legal team that's now, how should I say, following up is probably a moderate way of saying we are following up this from a legal point of view. We don't accept these kind of things being said. That's not true. And most of the things that's being contemplated from third parties are pure false statements. And we are very clear on how we act on these things going forward. So we, to make sure that your account is fully operational and that your investment into Super One stays good, so at least try to, or not try, follow these community guidelines, because we have to clean up a little bit, and that's what we're doing. So that forms the end of today's presentation. I will now go into and look a little bit at the Q&A, and then I will answer some questions. Okay, I see there are some questions related to when is the game starting. That's on the 15th of November. We are launching on a global scale towards many hundred, actually 500 million gamers, more than 600 million players being featured in that campaign. So that's a pretty heavy stuff. There was also somebody asking when the double binary bonus was applied. It's been there for a long time. So it's already there. The requirement that we have for double binary is already implemented. So all of these things that we have shown you today is already alive and kicking on the website, apart from the binary priority. That's in development, in testing at the moment, and will be ready very shortly. So that's also more when you're thinking long term, when you get very, very large downlines with probably tens or hundreds of thousands of people, this binary priority will be instrumental in having what we can describe as a very, very deep fishnet into what we do. So if there are any more questions, I'm happy to answer those. Somebody's asking for the full KPMG report. We can share with you the summary of the report that we have. We get monthly report from KPMG, and we are not, of course, disclosing all details. And the reason for this is very obvious. That also applies to our partners. Once we put something out there, we have 50,000 people out there that's tried to contact these people, and that's happened to us with fantasy in the past. We are not going to repeat that mistake, so we are not giving all details for business purpose. There has to be some how should I say, some distance, and but we are able to meet any requirement if possible. We will look into. See, yeah, Mara is wondering about what's happening with the market campaign. No, I can't tell you, Mara. I can't show you, not before the 15th. We are in the very strong NBA. What I can say, there are some of the biggest brands in the world into that campaign. One of them is Super One, and we are not the biggest brand in the world, but we are very, very fortunate as part of this, and it's because of our game. It's because of our focus on sports, football, the engagement level. There are some more deals coming in that arena too, or in that field. So, and it says some questions about at midnight in Norway. No, we're using UTC actually, Universal Time Code. So it's the midnight. I mean, it's midnight UTC. 1 second. So it's wondering if we have any financial valuation done. What is the current valuation? Yes, we have figures, and they are into several hundred millions of dollars. And but these valuations are they are what they are. They are valuations, and we are not so concerned about them. What we are concerned about is delivering a great product to the end users and the players, because that's where the real value come. Then you can add a zero behind the current valuations. I would like to know about the token staking. That's already started. It is 10%. PDF we can send to prospect. Yes, it will be released. This playbook will be released at the same time. At the same time, we are releasing in the morning the full presentation, creative presentation, including the game. And here is someone asking if SEC wins this Security Exchange Commission and win the court against Ripple. Will that affect Super One, considering we get paid in XRP? The answer is basically no. If XRP is if they lose, and even if they are removed, I mean, they will remain as a currency outside US. Their business is much bigger outside US today than there actually is in US. And as you might heard before, I met Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple, before Easter this year in Paris. We spoke about that, and he's told me, Andreas, it's not about if we're winning, it's about when we're doing and how much money it will cost. Anyway, if they're not winning, they are already relocating a lot of their business to London and Dubai and Singapore. We talked to the team in London, and we are not dependent on Ripple. We are pretty agnostic. We can change to Solana. We can change to any other feasible crypto very quickly. So it's not that difficult for us. We have all that competence in the organization, so that's not the problem for us. So is this the best compensation plan designed for everyone in the ecosystem? Yes, we believe so. We have done a lot of statistical analysis over this time we have been running this, and we truly believe that we arrived at something that's good. We need to also understand leaders and everyone need to make bonuses and money out of this. At the same time, the people who really pulls in a lot of hours and work very hard as leaders, they also need to get paid. So we need to make sure and to procure that when you create a large team, you have a long-lasting revenue coming from it. So what happens after the 15? Somebody's asking. We are probably not opening loot boxes in App Store before early next year, because the game we are opening now, it's a free game. We're gonna inject money into it, and we're going to do that in order to amass a lot of players. We want to have millions and millions of players before we turn on the App Store. So that's why we do that. So we will have the loot boxes. I mean, one of the main things here, the creators we have now is nothing. You should add a 0 or a 1 in front of it, because we really want millions of creators going forward. And when you're able to buy into Super One as a creator with an entry loot box at $10 or $100 in the App Store, we have a much wider audience we are addressing. So that's really cool. So I think that we're looking into a whole different era as we move on. Now we are based on people know people. We're going to have a much more pressure coming on the creator program. And that's why we are so pertinent in putting it really good together. Because as you know, we talked about it before, Axie Infinity, their creative program was actually run out of Philippines with 60-70%, made a very big part of Axie, and still is. So it's important for us to get this right, and it's important to get it sustainable. And that's why there are no single heroes in this. At the end of the day, we are all dependent on the players, that they are excited. And we need also, of course, to excite the creators, but there is not like a single creator or leader is the kind of command or anything. So that's why we're doing these changes. We are changing the way we work a little bit. We're changing how we're partnering. We are changing how we reward. But it is already very good, and it's going to get even more amazing. You have to think a year forward when we have 30 million players and probably 3 million paying players. That's spending money every day, like $3 million being flushed into the system every day. Maybe we have even more. Maybe we have 10 million. We don't know. So that's the thing. That's what's exciting about this is, wow, this business model, the whole business model is a whole new concept we crafted together. And of course, when you're doing that, you have to crack some eggs. Sometimes you have to move on. You have to crack some eggs to make an omelet. That's my favorite saying, because you have to change and you have to adapt to what's out there. I mean, hopefully we will not have any more problems coming from the Ukrainian crisis and these things. So we are moving on the listing, and my latest reports with Warren, he will be here shortly, one of the next days, to tell you more about it. We are talking to some really, really interesting exchanges. So let's cross our fingers and work hard. And there will be, Bruce is asking if there will be KYCs necessary, and I can say yes. To release the token, it will be KYC required. We are in deal with our lawyers now in Gibraltar about this, and it will be that. Superannuation funds. Okay, I don't get that. Next meeting day is already tomorrow. We're gonna have tomorrow. We're gonna publish it later today, latest early in the morning. We are starting a really Zoomathon now, and somebody's asking why the official website of Super One has no sound. That was on purpose, actually. A lot of people enter it and don't want sound, but we are changing that website shortly. So it's just a placeholder, actually. Mario is asking, will any of the old passive investors be negatively impacted? Not really, because you have a lot of token and you come into this token price. Our primary goal is to bring the token value, and there are two things. We're going to bring up the value and we're going to bring liquidity to it. So it's a tradable instrument. And of course, everyone that's been with us from the very beginning, they have a lot of token. They've been able to purchase this token at a very, very low rate, and that's good. Good for them, good for us, good for everyone. So that's, we hope to have a great, great story. There will be many, many people coming out of the gate here with making a little fortune or two. And that's really a success story for us, for me, for everyone. We all want to do that. So no shying away from that. I mean, that's what we all want. So, but there is a lot of hard work. It's not just to list and say, go lucky, go happy. We need to do a successful listing is backed by the game release. It's backed by the product itself and the growth of the product. But that's where we are at. So we're going to do that. So all passive investors, I mean, there is nothing like a passive creator. I mean, if you're sitting put, if you don't work, you don't make money. Okay. There are some people that think they can do that, but that's not the reality. You have to wake up in the morning, work hard. We do it every day. All of us, most of us do. Every day we work hard to achieve what we dream about. And that applies to the creators too. There is no free lunch. We cannot have a system with free lunch because that's a wrong system. It's not sustainable. It worked for maybe 3 or 6 months or even a little bit longer, and then it failed because you need the producers to earn money, period. That's it. There is LV asking about the different levels in the NFT colors. We're not going to cover that too much now. There are different levels and there are different percentages, how it works. I will, when it comes to the social media guidelines, some questions about what you can use. I will not answer those now because it's important that comes from the company and it's all legalized. There is one in Spanish. Can't answer. Looking forward to the launch party. Me too. We're going to start a lot of training, and this will start tomorrow. But there is a lot of leaders we have already doing this, and they already started with the warm up. And as you know, we have a couple of top shakers and movers in the company that's already doing this. Now we are following suit with the company. We're going to continue. I'm going to be here with the full pitch. And we're gonna run this. Stians will hold 2-3 presentations every day, and we're really gonna push, because now this October is the last chance to board on the 10 and to get the double the pool token. After that, we are moving to a different league. I mean, the partners we are partnering with is not small. So we really gonna do. So somebody's asking about cricket to be expanded, and the answer is yes. There is a lot of things when it comes to different sports. There are, I mean, all these sports are huge, but we shouldn't think so much about it. We should think about performing on football first, because that's the biggest one. And once we succeed in football, the rest will follow suit. There's no big issue with that. Our model can work all the way into the entertainment, into music, into movies, into cricket, tennis, all of them. Just depending on the content team we put into place. Now we have a content team of 15, 16 people working only on football. So someone is asking when do we withdraw tokens. We have a tokenomics starting, vesting starting, releasing 1st of January. If we are listed before, if not, it will start at the listing date. Somebody's asking about the value of the tokens to rise. I cannot answer that. I think the listing will put that. That's also why we are very tight on the tokenomics, because when we're listing, we control the space together with our market making partner, Asheron Trading. We control and reduce the supply, make sure we get deep liquidity to get traders into it, and remunerate traders for keeping liquidity in the token. A token without liquidity is worth very little. So that's what we need to procure, and that's what we're doing. So that's it. And somebody's asking me what happened with our parent company, formerly Mojo. It's still alive. All the shareholders are there. They are shareholders in Super One. We had a game under the Mojo umbrella before, and that game, we operated it in Norway, particularly in Norway. It was global, actually, in 100 countries, but we operated it particularly with the biggest online newspaper in Norway. And we had a lot of players. And the thing is, we also saw a lot of shortcomings in that game. So we had it live, and we were about to do an ICO when the crypto market crashed in January 2018. So we let it play a little bit, and we did. We started some other work with Mojo, actually, and then we rebooted it into Super One as a brand. There's no major difference than that. What we didn't have at that point in time was the community model. We didn't have the swiping thing. We didn't have the sharper edge on the content. So it was a little bit more trivia. There was nothing wrong with it. We had a lot of people, and we still have many of them work with us still. We have a continuing operation. So Mojo is fully alive. The company's name today is Super Labs, and it's the parent company of Super One. So let me see. Yeah, someone is asking if you have multiple accounts on KYC. When we get to that point, we will have one KYC for one account, and that will be applicable to all your accounts. We will have to develop that. We don't have it, but we have to do that. There is a question from Johnny. He asked a couple of times about the 1,000 founder group that came from April. They had a lot of advantages throughout 1.5 years. and then we have to remove that advantage because it was not in use. They had in the coding system they had a great advantage, and this is part of the development we do. Sometimes we have to change. They had a very preferential coding for 18 months. Then we moved on. We removed the coding and put it into the binary, and then there is no way we can keep going with water under the river. What happened 2 years ago is one thing. We have to uphold and procure everybody's investment, but there has to be some changes. There necessarily have to be changes to a system as we are adapting to the market condition. I love your passion. That's good. Thank you. Is it possible to listen to you in French? Yeah, we have here in the office. Actually, we have people speaking Japanese, French, German, Spanish, Romanian, Swedish. We have it all. So we're gonna do something. But we speak English. Je ne parle français. Un peu. Yeah. We will share the marketing material, as I said, in the morning. Let's do it in the morning. We have our proofreaders are going through what I just sent you now. They have already been through it several times, and we are nurturing. So we're going to release this very shortly, maybe today, latest in the morning. Yeah, there's a question about the launch. Seems like I'm rolling around here. What do we have? Yeah, a good question. When will the advertisers be onboarded? Okay, I'm going to take that as the last question. Advertisers are looking for user base. So our plan is to bring in tens of millions of people or users to play the game. That's why we're going to use $300,000 every month to bring in users, $10,000 every day in our $35 giveaway or winning every 5 minutes throughout 24/7, 288 games a day. And that will bring in millions of players. There's no way that won't work. We did this many years ago when I formed Norway's first mobile marketing company. We gave away SMS messages that was very expensive at that time, and we brought in at that point in time 350,000 people in Norway for marketing, and that company is still well alive today. So the thing is, this is very, very workable. It's a proven way of doing it, and we will have a lot of players coming in. Then you face in the advertising. The advertisers will come. When we have the fans, the advertisers will come. Okay? So we are not starting with advertising. We are starting with the player and the passion and get them really to use the app. That's what we care about. That's what the team out there in the office, in India, everywhere, the design teams, that's what they all care about, is the end user experience for the players and for you. So I think we're going to stop there now. We will share this recording. You will have this document also, hopefully today, and we're gonna share that. You will be able to dive into it. This is our creative playbook. This is our compensation plan, and it's going to remain without changes as we move forward. We have changed in the past because it's been necessary. Now we don't see any need to change. It's a very good plan. There are 7 magical bonuses in it, and it's something for everyone. So thank you very much for being with us. Thank you for all the good questions. And looking forward, if you need anything, reach out to help at super.one. That's being monitored more or less 24/7. And you're able to reach me also through help. They will contact me. If there are anything, reach out to your leaders and they will raise their questions to us. And don't forget about the community guidelines. We are all here to do a great business together. We need to have our ducks in a row, and that we will also follow up. Thank you very much and have a great evening.